In the former capital city of Uganda, where the gates to Uganda are close to the State House, for about 118 years back, here we find Chadwick Namate, the oldest primary school in Entebbe. On February 17, 2022, the school was preceded by a 5-hour downpour of a storm which badly hit its school staff quarters and classrooms. The school is planning to organize a fundraising drive counting on well-wishers, OBs and OGs of the school. The first Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of East African Affairs, Rebecca Kadaga, is one of the OGs of Chadwick Namate Primary School. Mr. Mwonge, the head teacher of Chadwick Namate, says the school needs more than 290 million to replace its structures that were recently devastated by a storm. Mr. Mwonge also says the storm was a blessing in disguise. Let's have a talk with him to know what strategies he has in this project of fundraising. So guys, here we are now in the office of the head teacher of Chadwick Namate Primary School. Let's have a talk with him to know the strategies he has. Hello, how are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm Michelle Leisha and welcome to the Timely Show. Can you say hi?
Our viewers, I'm Mwonge Robert, the new head teacher of Chadwick Namate Primary School. I'm just 1 year old in this school.
Okay. How old is Chadwick Namate School, by the way?
Chadwick Namate Primary School is a school that has existed for 121 years.
121
It was
years.
found in 1901.
1901.
By Reverend Walter Chadwick.
He was a white?
He was an Irish Anglican missionary.
So it's an Anglican school?
Yes.
Okay, so you said you've just been the head teacher of Chadwick Namate Primary School for 1 year.
Yes.
And that was from since, show me it was from since 2021, right?
Yes.
How did the storm affect you? The recent storm of February 17th, 2022, how did it affect you?
On the eve of 16th Feb 2022, we had very heavy rains and a storm. Now, the storm affected 3 buildings of ours, the block where the teachers were residing, and 2 classroom blocks.
2 classroom blocks. Can we, because we've already had a caption of the staff quarters way back there, so can we also have a caption of the classrooms?
It's okay, but with the classrooms, some of the roof that was removed by the storm, I have made an effort to replace. But some iron sheets were damaged, having a lot of holes, and even that building having tiles, they were also destroyed. So now, most of the classrooms are leaking.
Oh, like most of them?
Most of them are leaking.
So how do you do it during lesson times?
During lessons, a struggle.
It's a struggle.
Sometimes children have to get their bags, and they look for safe corners where they can stand until rain stops, then lessons resume.
I also assume that also the glass windows also broke, right?
Oh yes. Like I said, the school has existed for 121 years.
Yeah, so
that's a very long spell of period.
Yes.
Most of the school structures are really dilapidated, and they are in very sorry state. On this side, most of the wooden windows have been eaten by the termites. They cannot open. So what we have done is just nailing them firm so that we don't keep opening them, because opening them means falling down.
Falling down. So, and how are you reacting to this kind of situation?
As a head teacher, I've tried to inform the relevant authorities, my bosses, starting with the Municipal Educational Department, the town clerk, the mayor. I've also gone ahead to write to the Minister in charge of disaster preparedness because this was a catastrophe. I've also written to Permanent Secretary, Minister of Education, trying to request for the assistance.
And have they helped you yet?
I haven't yet got the response. You know, issues of government, it takes time and it goes through different bureaucracy.
Okay. I heard that the first Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of East African Affairs, Rebecca Kadaga, is also an OG of Chadwick Namate. How does this bring you about to say that I also call upon her?
Yes, I also got that information when I just come as a new head teacher.
Yes.
That the former speaker, Right Honorable Rebecca Kadaga, was an old girl of this school. So I'm going to make effort to reach her and brief her about this problem.
Yeah.
And I'm preparing to invite her to be with us on the 28th of May when we are holding that restoration and rehabilitation drive.
Okay, and I'm sure she'll be part because she has helped a lot of people. And now that she's an OG of Chadwick Namate, I'm sure she can unfair. So after going through all that and encountering about it, because I'm pretty sure you had just come out of COVID, little money to pay the teachers, to run the school. And then after that, this incident of the storm, how did you gather all that and put it together so that you couldn't panic to scare off the students, to scare off the teachers? How did you hold it about?
No, what we went through, at least everybody was appreciating.
Okay.
So my teachers, we had a staff meeting and said this is a big challenge.
Okay.
What do we do? So we had to adjust. It has not been easy for us to finish the first term because, as you know, the financial base for the school is little, and our parents sometimes their response is not so quick. But we have had to finish the term.
Yes.
And teachers are patient because they know with time we shall come out of this. The struggle has been, providing the welfare for the children to complete the term, feeding them. The prices have been changing, raising up, and yet the welfare for the children, we did not change the amount, we remain stagnant. So completing the term was not easy, but we thank God that we went through it.
How much money could you possibly need for the renovation and rehabilitation of the structures, of the school structures that were damaged by the storm?
Yeah, actually, when we sat with the management committee, we identified different priority areas. We said we need just to maybe make renovation of the old structures. So we looked at painting all the buildings of the school. That was a priority area. And then working on the sanitation of the school, that was a priority area. Installing electricity in the classrooms, plus other critical areas. So when we compounded up everything, including the unfinished staff building in Katabi, it came to 294 million shillings required, which is around 300 million. So we think if we can raise a tune of 300 million, maybe we can do some facelifting and we revamp the status of the school. And now the biggest challenge we have is that we are transforming into a city. We are moving out of municipality to a city. Okay. So our school has also to match with the standard, the status of the city. And that's a big challenge on our side.
So have you just begun the fundraising or you're in the process of beginning it?
We are just in the process of organizing. Actually, we are not calling it fundraising. It is restoration and rehabilitation drive for Chadwick Namate, where we are going to call upon different stakeholders to come in and give us assistance. We are starting with the old boys, because this being an old school, it has trained so many prominent people who are well positioned.
Exactly.
Others are here in Uganda, others are in the diaspora.
Okay.
So we are trying to link up with those we can reach so that the mobilization can be done. We call upon the old boys and old girls to come back to the roots of Namate, and then they help us to revamp the school.
Okay, Mr. Mwonge, it's like I also heard that you said the storm that hit the school was a blessing in disguise. How does that come about?
Yeah, surely when I came in as the new head teacher,
Yes.
I looked at the whole situation of the school, and almost I had nowhere to start from,
Exactly, as a
because
new
it
head
was
teacher.
wanting in many areas. So as I was thinking on the strategies to lay so that we can revamp the school, the storm came in. So
Yes.
the coming of the storm was a blessing in disguise, because now it has given us a start, and it has given different groups of people exposure of our school.
Do you have any organizations, because the Timely Show is a platform whereby everyone watches it and you can pass through anything, you can advertise anything on it. So who do you call upon? Which organizations can you call upon and say, come and help me, come and help my school, apart from government well-wishers and OBs?
Yeah, the organizations that are calling upon to come in for our rescue, the non-government organizations, different non-government organizations, different CBOs, corporate organizations like banks,
okay.
the parents community, organizations like MTN, National Water and Sewage Corporation, Civil Aviation, and other donors that can come for our rescue.
I didn't hear you call Umeme for helping with electricity. May I call upon Umeme to come and help Mr. Mwonge with electricity, on the electricity bills and electricity affairs? But still, I would also like to add on what he said about the organizations. I would also like to call upon We Love Uganda to come and help Chadwick Namate Primary School to lend a hand. Also, I would like to call Westbrook Global organization to also come and lend a hand to Chadwick Namate Primary School, because it's in need. It needs your help, it needs your hand. Come and help it out. You can come and work together with Mr. Mwonge and see how you can make things better, make things improve, because end-time lessons are going to come in. So Mr. Mwonge, as we wrap up, can I ask for you to exploit us, the Timely Show, around the school, around the damaged buildings and the windows?
Oh yes, that one I'm going to take you around,
okay,
and show you the needed areas.
Okay.
Starting with this side, you know, we have two sections.
Yes.
Upper section and then lower section.
Lower section.
And I also request that I take you to Katabi, the unfinished staff quarters.
Okay. All right. It's okay.
In 1904.
Okay.
And it is still having that old architectural, design.
Okay.
It was being used as a hall, at the same time a class. Okay. So this building is still existing. It has stayed for over 100 years.
But it's still strong. It wasn't damaged by the storm.
For it was not damaged, but it is also leaking.
It is leaking, yeah. The roofs look to be old, it's true. Yeah. It shows. Where else?
Behind there.
Behind. Okay, let us go.
What you see here in the middle, those are the toilets. This side is for the girls, the other side is for the boys. But the enrollment has increased. This was planned when we had a few children. But now we have over 500 children. Okay. And now these toilets are not enough. But leaving that aside, they are very old, and everything inside is not working.
It's not working, even the water.
Even the water system is not working. We are just using drums to fetch water, and then the children flush.
Okay.
Now this one is also one of the old structures, but for it the roof was made of tiles. But during the storm, some of the tiles were damaged, and so even the classrooms are no longer being used because of leaking. So the tiles need to be removed, and then maybe we put corrugated iron sheets.
Okay. And these windows and doors aren't also in bad shape.
This one is a new structure which was constructed by Entebbe Municipal Council. So for it, it is still new. That's why you see the windows are made out of glass. But the original old buildings, the windows and doors are made of wood, which have been eaten by the termites. So we are thinking that if we got some little money, then we could upgrade. We remove the wooden doors and windows, and then we put glasses and metals.
Okay. So, Mr. Mwange, these are the windows, the wooden windows that you were talking about.
Yes, please. This being one of the old buildings in the school. By then, they put these wooden windows and the wooden doors. But as time went on, as you can see, they were eaten by the termites. And so right now, they can no longer open. We have decided to put nails in them. So if we got some money, maybe we could think of removing them, and we put glasses.
Yeah. As you can all see, I don't know if I can reach that properly, but as you can see, the termites have eaten all the windows, and they cannot close, they cannot open, so they just decided to nail them there, right there on the wall, because they assume that anytime it could come out and hit anyone. But please, 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 please come out and help Chadwick Namate Primary School, because as you see now, I don't know, but I think when it rains, these people are really suffering. They're in a misery, a life of misery. You can't even take a look at the windows. Just think about it. When it rains, what happens when it rains? Please come out and save Chadwick Namate Primary School. Here we are to see and check on the unfinished staff quarters. Let's talk to him and see when and how can it be rescued.
Oh, thank you so much. This building you see here, it was started in 2007.
Okay.
This land, we were given this land by the Church of Uganda to construct staff quarters for the teachers of Namate. At first, we were getting funds from Sweden to do this project.
But then what happened?
I was not also around. By the time I came, I tried to contact the Swedish people about this project. They told me they had lost interest. So I didn't know the reasons why they pulled out of this project.
When did they pull out? Because if to say this building, if it was built in 2007, that means it has spent 15 years like this, not so? So when did they pull out?
I was told by the teacher who retired, the head teacher who retired, that they pulled out during 2018.
2018.
Yes.
Okay. So since then, no one has picked interest to help and build the staff quarters this side?
Definitely, no one has come in to help complete this building. This building, when we looked at it recently, I brought someone who estimated its completion, and according to the quotation, it needs around 120 million to complete it.
Okay, so if you get an opportunity and someone says, I'm going to build for you, are these blocks going to be broken or they're just going to heap on them?
No, I think the structure is still strong.
It's still strong, eh?
According to the engineers, what they only need to do is to look at the areas that have weakened,
Yes.
and then they work on them. But the structure can just be completed as it is.
Okay, guys, as you can all see, the area is very, very, very bushy, very dirty, rubbish there, here, bushy. Even inside the structure itself, the unfinished structure, you can see there are some flowers, there are some plants trying to grow inside, some hazards are coming. As you can all see, even I think I don't know if I'm to say, they're even trying to take some blocks away from the structure. Am I right?
Yes, now this building, at first they had constructed it up to the ring beam. But because it has taken 15 years without completing it,
Yes.
the encroachers have come in to take the metals off and then the bricks to go and use them in their own way. So this behind part, you see, it had been completed before. The whole thing was up to the ring beam, but now they have pulled off most of the bricks here, opening the building.
Okay. Okay, guys, come and join me so we can take a look to what the staff quarters of Chadwick Namate look like and how the storm badly affected them. This is the staff quarters. You can see from the outside, they're all affected. There are no roofs, some parts are missing of the building. Now inside, even the building itself is very old, but let's have a look inside and see. Oh my God. Okay, so we are inside one of the school staff quarters. This is the second one. The first one was that one right there, where we saw the one with almost no roofs. At least this one has one kind of some roof, some side, and as you can see, even some plants are starting to grow inside it. I think this is a tomato, if I'm not mistaken. I think this is a tomato. If I'm not wrong, guys, isn't this a tomato? Okay, maybe, I think it's spinach, something like that. So guys, now, and as of today, I would like to call out on the well-wishers, OBs and OGs of Chadwick Namate Primary School. As you can see, the staff quarters, the roofs are missing, the building, some parts are missing, the floors are cracked. Seriously, these people need some help. Any hand is welcome, anything is welcome, anything you have, come to Chadwick Namate Primary School. They really need your help.
In operation Tuzimbe somero lyaffe lidde ku mutindo guli amaanyi gaffe kitiibwa kyaffe liddire ddala ddala. In operation Tuzimbe somero lyaffe Chadwick Namate musingi gw'abantu ekkula ly'entebe tulizimbe liddewo.
Wow, what a very nice song with very, very good meaning. How are you? We're fine. Wow, I'm very happy, guys. As you can see, I'm very happy to see that also students of, I don't know which class we're going to get to know, that they've also decided to engage in the project of fundraising with anything they had to see what they can do. As for now, let's talk to this gentleman to know his role at school and his role in the project. Hello, how are you?
Fine, how are you?
I'm okay, how are you? I'm Michelle Aishan. Welcome to the Timely Show.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Seblime Joseph is my name, but people call me Vin Caso Jose.
Okay, Vin Caso Jose. What's your role at Chadwick Namate?
Actually, I'm not part of the teaching staff. I'm just a trainer. I came to give a hand in this project as we are fundraising for this project, the rehabilitation and restoration of Chadwick Namate Primary School. So I'm preparing these kids for the entertainment on that day.
Okay, so who composed this song? Because it's a nice song. I was actually trying to imitate it, but yes, you were leaving me behind. But I tried. Who composed the song?
Definitely it is me, Vin Castle.
Can you sing for us? Sing for us. Don't you just sing for us?
It's okay.
With action.
Eno operation ituzeewo essomero lyaffe lidde ku mutindo guli amaanyi gaffe ekitiibwa kyaffe biddire ddala ddala. Eno operation ituzeewo essomero lyaffe Chadwick Namate musingi gw'abanje kulaalya entebe tulizimbe liddewo.
Wow, I like the vibe. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have you seen this guy has strength? Seriously, you guys are just going to nail it. If he's your trainer, like seriously, people, it's a nice song. So let's have a word with one or two of the students. And no. Hello, how are you?
I'm fine.
What's your name and class?
I'm called Asingza Andrea and I'm in primary 7.
Primary 7. Why? You calm down. You can tell me just how do you feel to see your school, the staff quarters in a damaged shape, missing some roofs, your classes, others very damaged. Do you have lessons when you train?
No, like on that day we didn't have lessons because the iron sheets were down. So like I can't, we had misunderstandings on that day. So we didn't have lessons.
You didn't have lessons. What about other classes?
Even other classes, because that incident happened in the morning. So when everybody was entering, everybody like would be seeing what was happening.
So you had to go back home?
No, we didn't go back home, but we stayed at school and we were like surprised seeing what was happening.
How do you feel to sit in such a condition? Do you want it to improve, or do you say, I hate school, let it stay like this?
Like me, I would need this school to be restored and rehabilitated to go back in its old ways so that it could look great.
Okay, so in your P7, what do you want to get? Because you look to be sharp and you love study.
When I grow up, I could like to be a doctor.
A doctor, and in P7 you want to get?
I want to get 4 aggregates.
And you will get them. Let's have a word with another pupil. Hello, how are you?
I'm fine.
Can you be more audible? Okay, can you try to talk more louder?
My name is Olila Jacob Godwin and I'm in primary 5.
In primary 5? You look smart. And you're not even dirty. Good. Keep it up. So how do you feel to see your school in such a condition?
I feel bad for my teachers because they almost died and there will be no one to teach us.
Sorry, but now they're going to be better, don't worry. So do you want this school to get to improve, to be in more proper shape, or do you want it to be may I hate school? And by the way, some boys hate school, so are you one of those boys?
No.
You don't, eh?
Yes.
Which position are you in class?
2nd.
You're a bright one, eh? What do you want to get in P7?
4.
4 aggregates. So as we wrap up, how would you want people to help you? Who would you want to help you, in fact, and how soon do you want them to come?
I want them to come as soon as possible so that we restore this school to where it belongs.
Boy. And who most especially do you call upon and be like, me, I call upon this one?
I call upon the OB and OGs of this school to give a hand to this school so that we restore it to where it belongs.
And I like you, a sharp boy. Thank you. Before we wrap up, let's have a word with him again to know where the function is going to be and what we should expect.
Of course, the function is going to be across, just next to the building that was heavily affected. And what you should expect, of course, it is going to be very massive because they are ready. It is not yet time for performance, but they are almost ready for that day. Just expect fire.
And when is that day going to be? Which date?
It is going to be on 28th May 2022.
Okay, so we call upon guys, you should just come and see the performance. But before we go, I would like to ask for a cappella because the song is nice. Eh? But I'm also going to try to imitate you. Don't laugh at me. So guys, let us try and we sing along.
An operation tuzeewo essomero lyaffe lidde ku mutindo guli amaanyi gaffe ekitiibwa kyaffe biddire ddala ddala. An operation tuzeewo essomero lyaffe Chadwick Namate musingi gw'abanje kulaayo entebe tulizimbe liddewo.
That song is very nice. People don't just miss the performance. Okay, my dear viewers, thank you for being with us from when we began the show till this point of closure. I would like to thank you for each and everything you do for us, for the support. I would like to call upon the well-wishers, the OBs and OGs to come and help Chadwick Namate to restore its buildings, its structure, so that lessons can take place again. Remember, we're proudly brought to you by Metech Feelings. You can check The Timely Show on Facebook, Instagram and YouTube. Subscribe, share, like and comment. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, at all times, Michelle Aisha. Remember, at The Timely Show, we value time. At The Timely Show, we value time.
An operation to say what's the middle of your face.